And if the beat live, you know Lil Ju made it. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh. Post me a pic, finna make me a profit. When the liquor hit, then the get toxic.
Why the you in the club when it's wild?
I've been lit since brunch. That order 42 for the table, let's pop shit. Missionary or a doggy style on my top shit. Hey, niggas hating on me from the closet. Tryna call me a snake. Guess I can relate, cause a bit a whole lot of venom. And since these all rats, when they come around me, all I see is a whole lot of dinner. I walk around the house butt naked and I stop at air mirror just to stare at my own posterior. I don't give a who talk behind my back, cause the knew better than to let me hear. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, hands on my knees, hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, hands on my knees. Said they wish a would, and I'm a genie. So hot, gotta stay in bikinis. He got a girl, but he keep begging to see me. I love it when a got a mouth full of BBs. No, I'm not a patient, but I let him treat me. I gotta be a doctor, how I'm ordering CCs. Go to your place, no face, no case. 99% tint in a blacked out race. I remember used to clap for me happily. Now I'm bossed up and them same mad at me. Acting like they riding whole time trying to pass me. Watching me go through it, still trying to drag me. Acting like you winning if you think about it actually. Are they supporting you or really just attacking me? I don't give a about a blog trying to bash me. I'm per the recording academy. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, hands on my knees, hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh shot. Hands on my knees, hands on my knees.
Hey y'all, it's Krystal, back with my second video. This video, I really want to take some time to go over maybe some questions, give a little bit more of an introduction to myself. I'm thinking of calling this Coffee with Krystal. Let me know what y'all think. So a little bit about me. Today is my 27th birthday. I want to give more context to my training. So I have been training for, I would say 9 years. I'm not entirely sure. But started training in 2014, really with the goal in mind of just trying to feel more confident. I think that's what kind of got me into the gym. I finished playing softball when I was in high school, and that was really my main activity at the time. I was super passionate about it. And after finishing up softball, not playing in college or anything, I really wanted a way to stay active, and then I fell into the gym. I didn't fall in the gym. Well, I probably have in the past. We won't talk about that. But I wanted a way to just stay active, so I joined. There was a gym by me that used to do like these fitness classes. I probably had a gym membership for a while. I know my mom, when I was in high school, that was one of her birthday gifts to me, and I never really utilized it. But I started taking these classes, and I would go maybe 2 classes a day. They were like an hour long. They were like spin and like full body workouts, kind of like a HIIT session. I loved it. I fell in love with it, like the intensity, and then from there, the trainer from the classes kind of motivated me to going into more of weight training. So I learned how to deadlift. I learned a little bit more about upper body movements, leg press. That was one of my favorite things to do. And so I started training on my own. I moved to the Bronx. So when I moved to the Bronx, started training in New York Sports Club for a long time, and got into powerlifting. Powerlifting I started maybe like 2015. See, one thing is my coffee has to be very hot. So if I take intermittent sips, it's because I want to make sure it maintains the temperature. All right. But I started powerlifting about 2015. It was really just fun. I didn't have any specific, like, I didn't know anything about powerlifting. I didn't even really know it was called powerlifting. I was just deadlifting. I was squatting. I started benching. I was definitely cheap benching. People were holding the bar for me, but it was something. And I then was with some of the people in the gym, like, told me about a competition. And so I decided to join the competition. I had no clue how to prep for a powerlifting competition. I had no clue there were like all these federations and all this. This was like non-sanctioned, like local gym meet. But I joined, and I said, "Screw it! I'm gonna do it." And I would say the training for it, now that I do understand a little bit more about programming, was definitely not. It was a little bit counterproductive, I would say. I do remember the day after my competition, I was so pissed because I kept failing on bench that I went to the gym to bench. Another sip of coffee for that. Competition, I actually met my partner, and from there, he gave me a lot more insights of what powerlifting actually was or what it is. And from there, that's really what I've been doing. I would say that I've had aspirations of bodybuilding in the past. One of my close friends, Kathy, we wanted to do a physique competition back in the day. I think it was like 2015. I got super lean, and I guess I should backtrack to say that during that time, my overall body composition, I was super lean, but I kind of wasn't in a healthy place. I would say mentally, nutrition-wise, I was under eating, I was overtraining, and I don't know, like my strict eating habits were difficult, and I think that it caused some overall like overwhelmed mental health things when it came to going out to eat, understanding what was in my food. Like that was like a key component in everything, and I think it took away a lot of time and valuable time with family, friends, people that are important, and also things that are important. Like it consumed a lot of what I was doing as well. Since then, I did track for a long time, and so when I was powerlifting, I was eating for performance and eating for strength. It was kind of like you got to eat and you got to grow, you got to get big, and I do think that it added up. Not that it was bad. I think that just for me generally, I like to be in a certain body composition just because I feel overall more comfortable, and there's nothing wrong with being bigger. I was certainly strong, but I wasn't confident in how I looked, and I think that caused me to kind of take a step back and realign my goals. Like what did I really want? And so I did a cut. I think like 2018. I did a cut down in weight, and I got to a pretty good place. I honestly, some of it is a blur. All the years are jumbled up, but I just decided to stop competing. I decided that powerlifting, I love getting stronger. I love strong people. I love watching competitions, but the day of competition is not something for me. The long waits and all the works, I think the build up is dope. Like you train and you get to a certain goal, but the actual meet day, not for me. But I will support whoever wants to do that. Um, so yeah, so I've switched gears a little bit, and just decided to bodybuild, train for aesthetics mostly, and that was pretty cool. Last year with lockdown, um, yeah, I was fortunate enough to have a place to train. I made some space in my home to do that. I trained in like an apartment complex gym in my sister's house or my sister's building. So I was really fortunate, and I'm grateful for that. But in that time, I had been tracking macros and eating a certain way and very strict with macros, and I decided like this is taking time from my day, and it wasn't. I was working from home. I was like, why do I need this? My eating is pretty structured. Like I'm pretty consistent. Eat the same things all the time. Um, So it only strays really if I go out to eat or the type of protein I'm having. So I decided to stop tracking. And so I it was dope. Like, it's been great. I just eat when I'm hungry. I also noticed that, like, I don't eat as often. I just tend to have larger meals throughout the day. I'm a big fruit snacker. So, like, not fruit snacks, but I snack on fruit. You get me? My memory card got full, so I had to switch it out. Anyway, where was I? Oh, I stopped tracking macros. That was good. I think it was one less thing to worry about during that time, and I think I just didn't need to. Like, my meals are consistent. I was home every day, so my food intake was the same. It did not stray from my usual, and so it just was one less thing to worry about, one less thing to stress about. And so I switched from tracking macros. I guess you can call it intuitive eating. It's eating. Nothing against being intuitive, because I did kind of just eat when I'm hungry, just whenever I'm full, whatever I want to snack, cookies, whatever the hell I want. Yeah, so that's where I am still. I have not tracked macros. There was a day that I said, I want to see where I'm at, because I had lost a lot of weight during quarantine. I don't know if it came from training. I think it had to do with the fact that I was a little bit more active. So to compensate for not being as active in, let's say, my work schedule or like day to day, I would take the bike out. We would go for walks. And I think even with switching from tracking, I was able to kind of, like, I wouldn't overeat. I wouldn't eat more than I felt like I needed. And so from that, I lost about anywhere from like 8 to 10 pounds. And so, I felt comfortable. My body composition definitely changed. But there were some days I'm like, I'm a little bit too, I need to get some muscle back. So I wanted to see where I was. And I realized, like, I'm eating a good amount. Like, if I'm not hungry, if I'm not starving, then fine. Now, recently, I have been training again for strength, still with bodybuilding movements in there. My partner, he's doing my programming for squats and deadlifts. I will be adding benching soon. I think that I've been wanting to focus more on my squat and my deadlift because of the things I love to train. No, but seriously, I want to get those numbers back to a good place. And honestly, I was looking back at videos and, like, my squat has improved so much compared to how I used to be. And that's not numbers wise necessarily. I think I'm pretty much in the same place. And I am a little bit lighter, but my form, my mechanics are a lot better. I think there's still room for improvement. But overall, I think I train a little bit smarter. I rest when I need to. I don't push it. Like, if I feel like, it was kind of crappy, I'm gonna back down. And so I think that for longevity, for me, that's been super important. Right now I am focusing on, like, putting on a little bit more muscle. So I do tend to, let's say, if I'm like, all right, I haven't eaten in a while, even if I'm not hungry, I'll grab a snack. Again, that's usually like some sort of fruit. Depending on the day, I really just go by appetite. I still do have cardio in there. I have fun with biking, with getting out, with walks. I try to keep my steps around 8,000 steps a day. I do work from home still, so I'm pretty sedative in the mornings. Besides my training, I train super early compared to, I guess, most people. I don't know. I train in the morning. I train fasted, just a cup of coffee and I'm out. But that's because I always prefer to train with less, like, food in my stomach, I guess you could say. Not necessarily because it's better. It's just my preferred way to train. Yeah, so my goal for this channel is really to just be myself. I've been doing this for so long, and it's always something I've thought about. It's in the back of my head, and I hope to be relatable. I think sometimes I look at, influencers online, and I used to compare myself more often, but realistically, comparison is the thief of joy, and I found myself to be more self-confident when I'm just looking inward. I had gotten off of social media for some time, and that was helpful in understanding, like, what do you really want from this? And I think it is a good tool for learning. It's a good tool to kind of find, your niche. And my niche is fitness, it's health, it's longevity, and I can't stray from that. And so I want to be relatable. I'm 27. I've been doing this for a long time already, and so why not put out content that people can relate to? I'm a normal person that works a normal job, that has family and friends, but still is able to put fitness and health in the forefront while still enjoying life. And so that's pretty much what I want to do here. I hope that you do find some resources in this, some education. I hope to have some collaborations in the future, and I'm going to be putting training clips. I will say that my training is a program, so I don't really stray from the same movements. So it can get a little bit, I guess you can say, boring, besides when I'm pushing my numbers. So if you want to see some other things from me, so I on my Instagram, at Krystal_Michelle Lee. It is Michelle, but it's Michelle Lee. Anyway, you can see that, what was I saying? Instagram. Listen. Oh, in my story, I put up questions of things that people want to see from me. And so in the comment section, please let me know if there's anything in particular you want to see. I do plan to do a full day of eating, with like intuitive eating, but I will kind of track at the end of the day to see what my macros are like. I don't know where they are. They really are dependent on the day, my hunger, my activity. And so that's a pretty cool thing. I like the coffee with Krystal thing though. That's gonna stick. So if you do like that, let me know. And thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.
Ocean Park. And if the beat live, Lil Ju.